You know, it's been a while since I made a rant on 2K, especially WWE 2K20, and I think I'm gonna make a final rant regarding it because I don't really know what else to say. And I know I used to make several rants and jokes regarding of 2K20, because I feel like what 2K did was a huge disservice to a lot of gamers, a lot of wrestling gamers, and a lot of people that pretty much bought these games. And pretty much 2K20 was the final straw for me, and it kept giving me issues at the time. And I'm trying to figure out who else is playing that shitty ass game because just seeing where it's at, it's pretty devastating. It's very upsetting, and I don't know where's it's gonna go from here regarding future games. I can only hope that things will get better. Even though the last game I played before 2K20 was 2K17, so I have no idea what it was like playing 2K18 and 2K19. From what I hear is that 2K19 was a lot better, and then 2K20 was just a major downfall. I don't know what happened. Again, I can't speculate, and I can't give out my judgment of 2K19 because I never played it. But if 2K were to do something disingenuous and like pretty much bring down the 2K19 series, because surprisingly people still play it, at least that's what I'm hearing. But if somehow 2K19 is still more entertaining and more enjoyable to play than 2K20, that's a fucking problem. As a matter of fact, like I said multiple times in my past videos of my rants of 2K20, there's people that still play these old games. No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000, SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, Here Comes the Pain, SmackDown vs. Raw games. All these games in the past are still enjoyable and more playable and more entertaining than these current shitty games that we're somehow getting. It's like, I mean, granted, there's always going to be several goofballs that are going to defend these type of bad business practices. And this is why most games are going down shitty, because they know that they can get away. Well, some I should say is that they can get away if the game is incomplete, and they could just pretty much put it out there. And if you want the full thing, they gotta pay up more money. How about you put the whole entire fucking thing in the game and just let us fucking buy it from there? Because these fucking greedy ass companies know what they're trying to do. In order to get everything, you have to pay more. So they're gonna half-ass it and pretty much put full price on a half-ass product. But if you want the full thing, then you gotta pay more. You know how fucking shitty and fucking horrible and again dishonest these fucking companies are. This is why people are tired and fed up with this nonsense, because now people are getting an awareness of how stupid and shitty these freaking game developers are doing. And if you keep constantly doing that, I guarantee you're gonna go out of business. And I know people are gonna be like, oh well, what about future games, this and that? Well, how about you bring it to another game developer that knows how to fucking not only how to make a good game, but not be shitty to us hardcore consumers? How hard is that? But then again, you know, people always think about the greed, people think about the money. Granted, it does bring the money, but like once you screw something up, you know, a lot of fans are now going to think twice after your screw up. And I thought 2K15 was going to be that major downfall, but damn it, 2K20 took the icing of the cake. And if they somehow make the next current game even more shitty and more incomplete than 2K20, then I'm pretty sure you are never going to get these fans back ever again. It is going to be so terrible. It's going to be remembered in the history books regardless. So, I hope you're proud of yourself, 2K. I hope that somehow this was that you thought somehow this was worth it. That you thought that somehow this was gonna, you know, make people, you know, not be aware of like how awful these things are. Because this been happened before. This happened like several years ago. People have been aware of these broken games. So, if you're gonna keep being dishonest just like these other game developers, then you're pretty much shooting yourself in the foot, and I don't understand why. Again, I understand greed gets you, but once you let the greed come get you, you're gonna make sure that our money stay where it belongs, in our pockets. So, at this point, I shouldn't even give them a chance because I already gave 2K15 a chance, and I pretty much boycotted 2K since 2K17. And granted, I didn't buy 2K20 out of my own pocket. My friend gave it to me as a birthday present. So again, I didn't technically buy it, but I was still gonna give it a try. And turns out my speculation and pretty much my hypothesis about 2K20 was correct. In my opinion, I guess I should say it's still horrendous, and I don't think, like, no matter how many patches they're gonna do or try, like, it doesn't get any better. I mean, granted, I mean, some people may actually, and some people may actually like the game. Some people may not get all these glitches per se, and even if you don't, that doesn't mean that we shouldn't talk about these issues, because a lot of people were having these issues. So the question is, now what? What do we do? So we just not just buy the game? I mean, granted, somebody will buy these games day one, and some people will give out their point of view about the game. And for me, like, usually I don't buy games day one, because every time when I buy games day one, they always seem to be having issues, having problems, breakdowns, and then we have to wait like the next couple of days or so just to get the full patch. Now, when people buy these full games, like I mentioned before, you expect these games to work completely, especially day one. If you're still having issues, why would you bring it out there? If anything, just delay it until it's actually ready. But again, they know what they're doing, so, you know, anybody's gonna buy it, and yeah, this is where we're at in terms of games, and I think it's pretty horrible. Alright, so again, I don't really have anything to say because it's pretty much the same sad song and tune, and I don't think it's going to get any better. All I know is that 2K20 is pretty much going to go down. That's pretty much one of the worst games in wrestling game history. Again, I don't feel sorry for anyone that pretty much like bought the game, because people were fully aware of how bad it is, and like, even if you knew and you still gave it an attempt, you pretty much shot yourself in the foot as well. I mean, granted, some people actually did give it a chance because they did want to support it, and this is why I say I don't really support these game developers, because again, they're very greedy. They're very shitty people. Not every game developer, but like, they know what they're doing, and if they have a history of like messing things up, then you know that they're probably gonna keep that policy and try to make sure that we fans pretty much like just somehow forget, let bygones be fucking bygones. But again, they better not mess this up regarding future games, because again, like, 2K20 is pretty much went down the shitter months ago, and I don't think it's gonna get any better. The hashtag fix 2K20. I mean, again, only people, especially myself, the only thing we wanted was the game to be better, but you somehow made it worse every time. So again, I have no faith in the 2K. I mean, again, I could be wrong. My opinion could be wrong, because I mean, who knows? Hopefully they don't screw up in next games, but I don't know. I don't have any faith in them anymore. I'm sorry, but it's like the minute you do something dishonest to your consumers, you pretty much lost a lot of hardcore gamers. So yeah, I still keep my word regarding of 2K and how awful they are, and how awful 2K20 still is to this very day. I don't care if people enjoy it or not. That's your prerogative. But a lot of people have ranted and complained about it, and there's no excuse of incomplete nonsense. There's nothing defendable about incomplete games. Nothing. Again, when you buy a car, do you expect the car to be half-ass? No horsepower, no key, the wheels are busted. Oh, well, you bought the car, but if you want the whole thing, you have to buy the wheels, the horsepower, the gas, car insurance. No, a lot of people are going to be pissed off because you expect that car to be working. You expect, once you put the key in the ignition, you expect it to run. You expect to go vroom. But no, not at all. So, very dishonest, very disgusting. So 2K, you better get your act up together, because if you don't, I'm never buying your shit again. And I'm just hoping for any future wrestling game out there could be better than a 2K game that they might produce in the near future. Alright, so that's it. That's me on my last, and I'm hoping it's my last final rant on 2K20. And if you guys do want to check out my rants regarding of 2K20, I mean, it's pretty much in my channel. You can check it out. I mean, some of them might be old news, some of them could be relevant, and there's other rants I pretty much made about people. So, yeah, there you go, people.